Here is something he said, Jamie. That was back in
December 2015.
Thank you, December 2015. Donald Trump talking to Fox and Friends in the morning.
When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families. They care about their lives. Don't kid yourself. But they say they don't care about their lives. You have to take out their families.
What does that say about civilian casualties?
Yeah, I mean, so
target them is what that says.
Targeting family members of suspected terrorists is clearly unlawful, right? Including in an armed conflict, that would be unlawful to target them intentionally. And what the Trump administration really needs to be aware of, and that hopefully those like Secretary Mattis are impressing upon President Trump, or what's in this letter that national security experts wrote to Secretary Mattis back in March, describing the kinds of standards that should be in place for targeting. What they really emphasized was that harming civilians, whether the deaths were lawful as part of proportional deaths in armed conflict or not, has really significant strategic consequences for our operations. It makes allies less likely to cooperate with us, less likely to get permission for our operations, less likely to share intelligence, less likely to hand individuals over to us. And we've got to keep that in mind to make sure that we're going to be able to continue to conduct operations in the future.
Not to mention that it alienates a lot of people from the against the United States.
Yeah, I mean, just to be clear, we've said this a lot. Barack Obama and the Obama administration sort of, I think, paved the way for a guy like Donald Trump to misuse or use drone warfare way too much. But it's interesting to hear you say that there's like a calculated decision that they know sometimes that civilians will get killed. But when they bomb like this, whether or not it's targeting those civilians, but the fact that Trump is saying he's targeting or he would target those civilians, I think is way farther than Barack Obama ever went.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think that you're going to find someone at the Department of Defense who's going to agree to violate the laws of war so clearly.
Yeah.
Right? They're not going to agree to that. So that sort of campaign rhetoric.
That's nice. That's actually really calming.
Right? So I don't think that's really where the real problem is. I think sort of, as you say, the Obama administration in some ways sort of paved the way by applying the rules that they did to allow some room for abuse. So even setting aside this intentional targeting of people who are not combatants, we still have a problem with making sure that our strikes comply with international law, and that goes to where can you apply wartime rules and where can you not apply wartime rules.